Super excited to be back, and this time, I'm very happy that I get to meet one of my good friends, but also a brother that I've known for a while, and finally we get to sit down. I've always wanted to have an interview with him, but because of our different programs, this has not been able to happen. Very excited to have you.
You're in summer, so...
Please. Yeah.
You're not in the country, so when can we get a chance to do this?
Oh, please.
So it's my honor to be here, sir.
Yeah, I'll give him a chance to introduce himself and what he does. Yeah.
So I'm Wonder JR, that is 1DER. Number 1, DER.
They should not mistake it for
Junior. If you call me Junior, hey, I usually tell guys you might end up at Kiss Clinic, just up the road here. You might get knocked out. By the way, it's Wonder JR. Yeah. Real name is Muhanguzi Derek.
Yeah.
I do music. I call myself a keeper of the flame.
Yeah.
I believe that we emit frequencies, we effervesce light. And I've been graciously, by the grace of God, been afforded this opportunity to do this on a sonic level, through music, sound, and whatnot. So I'm extremely glad to be here, sir.
Yeah.
And have a good time. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
True that. Yeah, and the place where we are shooting at, we are at Watoto Church Neighborhood Connect Cafe. That's on Kampala Road. It's always open from 9 in the morning all the way to 5:30 p.m. So please, as you pass by town, feel free to drop by.
Right.
They have great coffee right here. Great. Very excited to have you again here. So I've seen what you do. I've been inspired by what you do. And I know that you put out videos, rapping, singing, making Christ famous, which is the bigger reason why we do what we do. But I just wanted us to go back to, where did this all start?
This journey began about like 10 years back, 11 years back.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah.
I was, I left home. I left Uganda by the grace of God, left because I don't think I would have actually pursued this music if I was around here.
Yeah.
My family would not have let me pursue this.
Yeah.
But thankfully, when I got on that plane, I was like, God, Jesus, you love me too much. So when I left the country anyway, I was like, this is it, man. So I pursued it. I met brothers in the UK who loved hip hop.
Yeah.
They really, really love music. So I was like, man, this is like a match made in heaven. So when I linked up with them, they showed me the ropes. They taught me how to go about the music, took me to studio, slowly like a child.
Yeah.
And then slowly,
yeah.
I've fast forward, this is who I've become today by the grace of God. So yeah.
Great.
That's a bit of a journey.
And I realized like you were in the UK, and like you would have chosen to do some other sort of music. But why Christian music? Like what pulled you into the Christian line?
Yeah. So Christian came about later. Yeah.
Okay.
It came about later. So I was always like, the way I describe my music is like, in the beginning it was very conscientious.
Yeah.
Or maybe conscious, if you want to say it that way. But then when I really came to Christian, like understanding this whole Christianity and whatnot from a personal level, is when I got detained in the UK for like 4 months.
Oh man.
So
I think people did not know about this part of the story.
Well, people, not everyone knows about it, but it's like in the music I sort of highlight that and talk about that process and how it was, but not extensively yet. However, when I was in that detention for 4 months, it really exposed a lot of things to me, especially who God is in that sort of solitary vibe. When you're alone, locked up in a room, that's when you start to take things serious. True. When no one understands, like I could not even call my mom and tell her, hey, mommy, it's like this and like this. She could not understand. Yeah. So the only person that could actually, the only communication I could have was with a superior reality.
True story.
Ask God for help, peace of mind. Read the word. Like there was a lot of time to actually delve into those things.
But come to think of it, like even if we have to go back to the Bible, like there are guys that he met in those solitary places. Yes. And that's I feel like he's able to reach us when we are in those areas of
and I feel like personally that's where I struggle with a lot of sects, especially as it relates to how they take the word. Me, I believe you cannot understand God if you do not go through those phases of suffering, because the many attributes you're able to glean from that
true,
process.
True. Yeah.
Patience, strength of character. Like God keeps telling us in the New Testament, you have to be refined like gold, even deeper than gold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get pure after
Yeah.
being burned like gold. So
Yeah.
it's extremely exciting to me that that process was. In that process, it was very painful.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it's one of the best things that happened to me.
I can
One
imagine.
of the best things that happened to me.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, this is very evident in the
Yeah.
music that you do.
Right.
Yeah, and there's one of the statements that I've had you say on one of the TV interviews that you are on, and so you were like, hey, you were creatively created by the
The
creator to be creative.
Creative. I had a man talk about something like that along
Yeah.
those lines, but it's something that resonated. It struck me like a chord.
Yeah.
Like it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
You were creatively created
Yeah.
by the creator
Yeah.
to be creative.
Wow.
The answer to the world around you
Yeah, it's within you.
is the world within you. Do
I
not,
like
do
that.
not give what you do not have.
And I feel like, Derek, I want you to just unpack that because, you know,
Yeah.
as we say all this, you know, these lines rhyme and they feel cool.
Yeah.
But someone needs to understand basically what they mean.
So that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I feel like to make it practical is that we have been told systematically
Yeah.
to be a cheap imitation of someone else. From when you were born, your mom tells you, generation me engineering,
Yeah.
because so and so son is doing
Engineering.
Okay, if you're in primary, why can't you be like your cousin? Why can't you be like your brother? Why
Yeah.
can't you be like? So systematically we've been, and you see who you are.
Yeah.
Who I am is a sum total of where I've been,
Yeah.
what
True.
I've been told,
True.
my past experiences.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah.
tell you, when I say, and it's very important, like you say that,
Yeah.
when I say the answer to the world around you is the world within you.
Yeah.
Basically, what you need to do to rediscover who you are.
Yeah.
Is a bit of a painful process.
Yeah. True.
You have to step away from the noise, the outside noise.
Yeah.
And readjust, reprioritize.
Yeah.
Like change your appetites.
Yeah.
It's a painful process.
Yeah.
It's a really and that's why I believe God comes in, because you cannot attain that
Yeah.
without fully discovering who God is.
Yeah, if
and
you're
who
not
He
in
is to
union
you.
with Abba. The
Thank
previous
you.
video we did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Remember
Thank
that
you. I remember.
line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Powerful statement. So I think
Yeah.
it's very important. It's easy for us to make them rhyme.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
them feel like this. But then if you actually sit back and look at them in retrospect, it's like,
Yeah.
am I willing? Most of us. Someone told me recently, one of my mentors, he told me, you Christians, rather us as believers, we are the laziest people, including me.
Yeah.
I said, why? We are afraid. He mentioned a scripture to me, Ecclesiastes chapter
Yeah.
5, verse 3.
Yeah.
He said, with a dream comes much effort. But most of us are inclined to talking too much.
Yeah.
Right now, as a youth, we have crafted these careful ways of speaking. We hide behind our carefully crafted speeches.
Yeah.
We want to sound articulate. We want to
Yeah.
sound. No one wants to take responsibility. When you look through the Bible, Joseph,
Yeah.
David,
Yeah.
these are guys who went through the dirt. Apostle
Yeah.
Paul, these
Yeah.
guys were in the mud.
Yeah.
We're afraid of getting in the mud.
Yeah.
We want to, not we went to school,
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
graduated, we have masters, now we can speak the English, no? But there's nothing. A man with experience is never at the mercy of a man with talk.
Yeah, and I feel like I like the fact that you're using the Bible, man.
Right,
Sorry
right,
to
right.
interject
Yes,
here.
yes.
Yeah, but like if you're to talk about any of these personalities, we don't talk about what they did
Yeah.
without talking about the dirt that they went through.
True.
Yeah.
Which is essential. First, I feel like that's what I'm saying. We have sensationalized popularity and fanciness and all
Yeah.
these things, the glitz and the glamour. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But we do not want to factor in the fact, like
Yeah.
this whole point that suffering is a strong, like the Bible in James, the book of James, the Bible says, listen, embrace suffering when it comes.
Yeah.
Embrace it, as in literally,
Yeah.
when it comes,
Yeah.
take it on. Because it's going to birth something in you that you
Exactly.
never even thought you had.
Exactly, endurance, persistence, all gets to
All
come
these
through
things
that.
have to be birthed
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, people out there, someone is out there listening or maybe
Yeah.
watching,
Yeah.
and they've been struggling with this thing of faith, and I'm trying to understand. There's much more than what meets the eye. How can I get there? I think it's by simply embracing that going. There are things that you're only going to have to acquire.
Yeah.
Embracing suffering is hard.
Yeah, very.
I
very.
mean, you look,
No one likes
when
it.
Apostle Paul says, I'm asking God to take this stone away from me,
Exactly,
and he's like,
yeah.
my strength will be made manifest
Yeah.
through your weakness.
Yeah.
It's painful, but it's what, because you see, being a believer is not Oh my goodness, man.
I feel you. I surely feel you.
It's not what TV thinks it is.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like it's through the suffering
Yeah.
that our faith gets to grow.
Thank you.
And I like what Paul says.
Yes.
Like after going through all that, he
Right.
comes and he's like, I've been crucified
Right.
with Christ.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like I no longer live, but Christ lives within me.
Thank you.
Like it's through the suffering that he's able
Thank
to
you.
understand
Thank you. Thank you.
who he is
Yes.
and his faith in Christ.
I mean, put it this way. Someone told me recently. He said, Stephen's purpose when he was stoned to death
Yeah.
was to pass the gospel, was to spark Apostle Paul's mind. Because Apostle Paul stood there and he saw this man getting stoned to death, and he's like, "What manner of man is this that is getting stoned to death and is still blessing us?"
Man.
So, a couple of weeks after, the guy is working and he's puzzled. So, on his way to Damascus is when it hits him. But you imagine the purpose of Stephen
Yeah.
was to spark Apostle Paul's mind,
Wow.
which led to his death.
That's totally a different perspective. I didn't know this.
John the Baptist's
Man.
purpose was to pass on,
Yeah.
and he was decapitated.
Yeah, true.
As in, if we look at the gospel from that standpoint,
Yeah.
we get marveled at how God
True,
works.
true, man.
You know what I mean? So I feel like
True.
it's something that we are not really, it's not
Yeah.
popular,
Yeah.
but it's something that we need to start to think
True.
of, especially as it relates to who we're going to, you're going to get kids of your own.
Yeah, true.
Right now we're living in a rapidly accelerated, unprecedented culture
Yeah.
where kids want things from they want the real things, they want the real meat.
Yeah.
If you don't give them the real meat and you give them the whole sugar-coated
Yeah, yeah,
vibes, they're going to
yeah.
walk away.
Yeah, and I feel like the problem is one with our parents today, you know, because they see the other kid doing this and they're like, hey, you also need to be doing
Right,
this. Yet they
right.
forget that comparison is the
Killer.
worst enemy, you know?
It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a recipe for disaster.
Anyways, you know, Derek, you know, we can speak the whole day.
For
That's
days,
one thing.
for days, for days.
Yeah, but I know it's been a unique year, and this is a question that I've asked my friends because I get to learn through this.
Yeah.
It's been a unique year. What's the one thing that the Lord has been teaching you through this year? And then I'll share from my side.
I feel like God has been teaching me this whole aspect of understanding Him as love.
Wow. Okay, you need to unpack that.
It has been a painful process for me, understanding God as love.
Yeah.
In the past, I have looked at God as what I like to call capricious. Capricious means fickle. You see how we talk to our friends? Today I talk to you and you're super pumped to talk to me. Tomorrow I talk to you and you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
So I do not know how to relate with you because I do not know what
Yeah,
mood you're in.
yeah, yeah.
That is how I've been treating God in the past. Where I'm like, today is he on my vibes, really?
Yeah.
Is he really willing to listen to me? Or like my relationship with God has been because I've viewed him as capricious. And this is because of who I have believed God has been to me over the years, from my inception.
I like the authenticity
Now,
here.
understanding God as love.
Yeah.
There's a man who said, even in the judgment, someone likes to argue, we might argue in the Old Testament, he
Yeah.
was wrathful, he was this. But someone said that God's judgments are aimed at whatever interferes with love.
Wow. You need to say this once more. Like someone needs to understand.
Yeah,
this.
right.
Yeah.
He said God's judgments
Yeah.
are aimed at whatever interferes with love. Because
Wow.
he does not give
Because
love.
he is love.
He is love.
Yeah, yeah.
You get me? So
Yeah.
if anything comes to interfere, if it is you
Yeah.
and your interior world is messed up, he's
Yeah.
going to come and clean it up.
I get it.
You get me? It might be a painful process, but for
I-
him, he wants you to understand that love.
Yeah.
Because that's who he is.
Wow.
You get me? So I feel like if we understand him as love, it helps shift my approach. It helps shift the way I communicate with
Yeah.
you. It makes me authentic to someone who's out there that wants to, like, I am a free, like I'm basically a river that's just flowing.
True story. True. Wow. Again, we want to remind the people that, hey, we are shooting from Watoto Church
Watoto
Cafe.
Church, yes.
Yeah, Neighborhood
It's an
Connect
amazing
Cafe.
place.
Yeah, it's on Kampala
Amazing.
Road. It's
Yeah.
open from 9 in the morning all the way to 5:30 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
Feel free to pass by. Coffee is real here, guys. All right. Okay, I need to talk to you about what the Lord has been teaching me. I feel like this year did not come to test who we are.
Yes.
But it did not come to test our strength, but it came to test our source.
Our souls.
Our source.
Our source.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So it did not come to test my strength,
Yes.
but it came to test my source.
Yes.
Because I realized and I could give examples of, hey, like it's been the pandemic this year. People have tried so many ways of how to come up with the vaccine. Like I realized that none of these would help. And I know I'm not trying to shut down people that have been doing an amazing job, but personally, I feel like even my strength of moving out of my house to go somewhere, it could not work this time. But it came to test my source. Where are my roots?
Right, right.
Yeah, so I feel like it helped me go back to find my roots
Yes.
and realize that my strength
Yes.
is irrelevant
Yes.
without understanding
Yes.
where my source is.
So your immortality was tested.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Just like every one of us.
There you go.
And
yeah.
many things have been exposed.
Yeah.
I think you've looked yourself in the mirror and
Man.
you became real with yourself.
True.
Like we all have.
True. True.
And I think it has, so there's been a blessing, no?
Yeah. Yeah, man. True. True.
It has taught you many things, eh?
Yeah. Very.
So I feel like it's, it has been absolutely necessary for this thing to happen, this
Yeah.
pandemic, because it has exposed many things.
Yeah.
Even the state of the church, which I
Yeah.
don't want to get into right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah, I feel like we need an episode 2.
Yeah, it might get a bit too heated.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I'm glad that we're here.
Yeah.
That even because of that,
Yeah.
we're able to sit down here
And he's still faithful.
and talk
Yeah, man.
about God's goodness.
True.
Yeah.
And I have the last segment. I like the last segment
Okay,
here.
right.
And the last segment, the interesting part is here. That with it, there are 5 questions. Only 1 sentence is needed.
Okay.
So let's get started here. So the first one goes, what's the first word you tell to yourself when you wake up in the morning?
Love.
Love.
Yeah.
What's the last
That's-
word you say to yourself before you go to bed?
Thankful, basically.
Thankful.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the new me, the resolved me as we speak.
What is
Back
the
then it was
best? What is the
something
best advice you have gotten this year?
different. One word?
1 word. Okay, 1 sentence. 1
Don't
sentence.
look for what the world needs.
Yeah.
Find out what makes you come alive.
Hope someone got that. Hope someone got
Yeah.
that.
Don't look for what the find out what the find out what makes you come alive because
Yeah.
that's what the world needs.
What's the? I want you to tell me about the 3 truths that you live by.
3 truths.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Think of those, and as you do that, I want to remind friends that are watching us today that we are shooting from Watoto Church
Yes.
Neighborhood Connect Cafe. It's on Kampala Road. It's open from 9 a.m. in the morning all the way to 5:30. We are very excited to be here, and guess what? If you're passing by town and it's hot, this is a place that you need to drop by. Let's go back to one JR
Question,
to
eh?
tell us about.
I think the things that I go by is authenticity, but
Yeah.
the three things that probably want to like subtract from that would all point to authenticity.
Yeah.
So being authentic, it's really authenticity because I'd want to unpack that
Yeah.
in deeper terms.
Yeah.
But for me, I think that's the one fundamental thing that I
Authenticity.
live by,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is very rare.
Which is fair enough. Like it's big.
It's huge.
big.
It's
Yeah.
quite broad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, as we come to a close, what's the one thing that you want to leave with the youth watching us there?
again, I'm going to point towards you being you. The world has told us to be unlike who we are.
Yeah.
But if I can tell you, just focus. Just look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Be willing to walk that path.
Yeah.
That is unfamiliar. Also, all through civil rights,
Yeah.
science, technology, there
Yeah.
have been men and women who dared to believe there is much more than what meets the eye.
Yeah.
But they were not afraid to be judged, ridiculed,
Yeah.
laughed at, mocked in the process. But as a result, right now there's technology, thanks to a man in
Yeah.
the 18th, 16th
Yeah.
century that actually availed this to us. But while he was devising these means, he was laughed at and mocked. The person who did this table.
Yeah.
So again, just be you.
Yeah.
Have people around you that are willing to encourage you and build you up and replenish you,
Yeah.
and focus on where you're headed.
Yeah.
Because I look at myself as a transgenerational thinker.
Yeah.
Your actions and decisions impact the
Yeah.
next generations.
Wow.
Do what you want be who you would want your kid to be.
Yeah. Be the most.
That's the best.
Be the most authentic you can.
And
Yeah.
let you
Yeah.
like thrive.
Yeah.
Don't just be there and just exist.
Yeah.
Thrive.
Yeah. Great.
Great.
Thank you very much for your time. Again, I want to remind friends that it's Watoto Church Cafe,
Right.
Neighborhood Cafe Connect, Neighborhood Connect Cafe, sorry. It's open from 9 in the morning all the way to 5:30. It's located on Kampala Road. Feel free to drop by anytime. It's open during that time. and it's an amazing place to chill. Thank you very much until we catch you again.